Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Purple Table Tarot. My name is Robin, and I will be doing a pick a card reading today. And in this reading, we will look at your relationship, what you are bringing to the relationship, what they are bringing, and the dynamics between you, also the outcome. Okay? So I'll introduce the piles and then you can pick from there. First, I'm cleansing the cards with some frankincense and cleansing the space. Okay. Okay, let's see here. All right. Just trying to put my incense back into this little holder here. Okay, so pile number one. Actually, let me move these cards out of the way. Apologies. Okay, pile number one, you have the star, and all my stones today are labradorite, okay? So you have this star labradorite. Getting a reflection from the overhead lamp. Okay, sorry about that. So there you go. The star labradorite, okay? Trying to hold it up and not have the lamp above make a big reflection. Okay, and this card is surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Okay. Pile number two is the labradorite octopus. Very cool. I love this little guy. So I chose labradorite because you can look at the blue, a little bit of a blue flash in there. Either way, the lighting might not be the best, but either way, I chose labradorite because this stone is really connected to intuition and like inner guidance and knowing, and just really opening up that third eye and crown chakra. Okay, now surrender stubbornness. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with others and yourself. Okay? So that's pile number two. Pile number three, we have labradorite turtle, little sea turtle. Okay, that's pile three. And we have surrender, the idea you can fix someone. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. Very nice. There could be a lot of this kind of stuff going on right now, given that we're in this kind of clearing out time, you know, with, I'm going to adjust the camera there. Clearing out time for everybody. That's a real big theme right now, okay? All right, so go ahead, look at the cards. I'm going to turn off that big lamp. I can't with the glare on there. But go on ahead and look at the piles and pick your piles, or pick your pile, I should say. If you're drawn to more than one, you're more than welcome to watch more than one for sure. And be sure to also let me know how it resonates with you in the comments. That would be very helpful. And remember to like the video as well, because that helps circulate it on the channel, okay? So we're going to go ahead and get started with pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1, I'm going to shuffle your cards and invite Spirit in with so much gratitude and respect, and respectfully request a message for pile number 1's greatest and highest good at this time, with regard to themselves and with regard to this connection that they find themselves in. Okay, whether it be to another person or to a particular dynamic, because you know, we are in relationship to all kinds of things. And sometimes, even if we don't have a particular person, we could be struggling, as this addiction card would suggest, a dynamic that we have inside of ourselves, okay? One that needs healing and attention and a bit of TLC. Okay, so thank you very much, Spirit. I greatly appreciate your message for pile number 1's greatest and highest good at this time. You may not see the cards at the bottom there. And we'll go ahead and, let's see. Bottom of the deck energy, we have 5 of Swords. So there could very well be self-sabotage happening here. There could also be denial or any kind of dishonesty happening with you or with another person, between you both. Arguments, verbal issues, clashing of those kinds of things, avoiding of any kind of conversations, stuff like that, you know. There could be an energy of someone wanting to win at all costs. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cards here for the outcome, okay? This is going to be you, this is the energy between you and your person, and this is your person, okay? So and that's in accordance with the reading. This is your energy, their energy, nature of the relationship, and the outcome here, okay? These cards are pretty big, so I had to kind of shift it around so you could see. And keep in mind that with the you and them readings, these energies can be reversed, okay? So if you find you're resonating with a certain side more so like, oh, well, that sounds like what I'm going through, then, you know, just take the energies and flip-flop them, okay? Okay. Okay, so pile number 1, for you, we have on your side, we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, the Moon, and the 7 of Swords. So this is, yeah, you got 3 majors and then the 7. Okay, so this is, okay, whenever we get that many majors, then it's a very significant time in our life, and it's a nudge from the universe that says, you really got to be paying attention to what's going on right now for you. And I get the sense that you are, and you are at least curious, because, you know, you wouldn't have clicked on this video if you weren't. So for your person, we have the Sun, the Page of Cups, the 8 of Swords, and the world, okay? For the energy between you, or the energy of the relationship. And these two cards are how you both see the relationship, okay? And in the middle here, we have the Emperor. So this stands for structure, boundaries. How is this thing going to go? What does this look like? I mean, this right here, to me, just screams of a what are we conversation, okay? Because on your side, you have a sense of commitment, a higher knowing, really wanting to bring your best self and share your knowledge about things with this person. The Hierophant can also be considered the marriage card. It's really connected to our moral compass. And either you or your person could also see the other one as like some kind of mentor, some kind of guide in a way. Like I get the sense that one of you, that there could be a lot of admiration here, because I get the sense that you bring a good deal of wisdom to the connection. So on your person's side, we have the Page of Cups. So something that's sweet and, kind of like in the very beginning stages. And you could be saying, watching this, we've been at this for a year or whatever. And so then what this would suggest, if like, say you're not in the just getting to know you stages, but this person still carries a Page of Cups energy for the connection, that would suggest like really not having matured much, or is trying to maybe keep it in shallow waters. Basically, like let's just have everything be fun. Let's just, keep it light, keep it semi-shallow, not that it's not fun, not that it's not connected and all that stuff. But if you've been with this person for a while, there is definitely a reticence to go deeper, and a reticence to, maybe even be vulnerable. Because while the pages are in a more vulnerable energy, the reason that they're in a more vulnerable energy is because they're in the beginner stage. So we'll read more here about what is going on for your person. But this would suggest that if you've been with this person for a while, that they could be feeling a bit scared or a bit vulnerable or a bit inadequate when it comes to going deeper. Okay? That's something. They could even be a little intimidated by you, given that, the Emperor here in the middle is a very serious energy. And with you holding the Hierophant, it's like, I get the sense that you have done a lot more growth than this person on a spiritual level. And not to like compare and contrast, like in a way to like make the other person bad or anything like that. I'm reading the energies here. And that can happen a lot between people, right? It really can. Where one is just a bit more evolved than the other one in a spiritual sense. But everybody has their own personal strengths. Right? Everyone has their own personal strengths. Maybe your strong suit is really in that kind of spiritual, kind of self-knowledge realm, and they're really good at other things that may be on the more practical level, the more 3D level, the tangible. Okay. So, with the Wheel of Fortune on your side, this is the energy of how you both see the relationship. This is how you experience the relationship. These are kind of where the process is right now. And like I said before, this is the outcome. So what you're bringing to the relationship is, this Wheel of Fortune, the wheels of change, right? And I get the sense that with it right above the Hierophant, that there's a part of you that wants to move this forward, wants to move this relationship forward, wants to deepen this relationship, wants to find and share and communicate meaning and, just things in general on a very deep level, things that are more connected to, the bigger picture and how it is, a part of a whole system, that nothing is just one cog or one gear, it's everything is connected because everything works together. And so I feel like you bring a lot of circumspect energy to this. I also get the sense that you have been feeling like, maybe the wheels maybe you and your person have just been kind of going around and around on like the same kind of cycle for a while. And it seems to like repeat itself, or there's just a feeling, maybe like, I don't know, hold out for this, I'm not sure, but you could be feeling that sometimes you're just treading water, and what you really want to do is move this forward so that you can go deeper with this person. Okay? But what you're not fully able to realize or see right now is that there are things about this person, or even about yourself, that could be hidden, that are being worked out right now on a very unconscious level. Okay? So there could be something for you to learn about this connection, about yourself, and about relationships in general. What works for you, what doesn't. Whenever the moon shows up, I always invite folks to pay attention to their dreams. What is it that your dreams are telling you? Maybe keep a dream journal next to your bed, right? But, and I also get the sense that with the moon here, there could be some thoughts and fears or just things on your mind that you are not communicating to this person. Or maybe they are not communicating to you. You could be feeling like you're in the dark about some things. You may have this kind of underlying feeling that there's hidden truths here. There's something hidden. There's something hidden. Okay? And, in the finish, what you have is the Seven of Swords. So that's why I was suggesting perhaps there's something you're avoiding talking about. You're avoiding maybe some sort of realization that you have in yourself. There's something that you are withholding. Okay? Holding close to the chest, holding close to your vest, right? Okay, on this person's side, they have the Sun. So, I mean, this relationship makes them very happy. They're very happy. They enjoy your company. They feel good. They feel warm. It's just like the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. This can also be what they are bringing. It's like not only do they feel this way, but they bring this sense of warmth when they come together with you, And there could be some things that need to be illuminated for this person as well. And with the Sun here, they very well could be a Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo, pile number 1. There's Taurus energy, Pisces energy. I believe the Wheel of Fortune is like Scorpio and Taurus and for Aquarius and Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius. Oh God, what's the other one? It's the one in the corner. And Leo. Okay, so you have those 4 signs connected to the Wheel of Fortune. They're typically on the card, but it's also, I believe it's connected to Jupiter, and Jupiter rules, it used to be the old ruler of Pisces, but it's the ruler of Sagittarius, I believe. And so we got Sagittarius energy, the world, maybe more Sagittarius energy, I'm not sure. I forget. Don't hold that against me. Some of them I know straight off the bat, and some of them are a little bit harder. So either way, you have those astrological energies here. Apologies for the digression. I just get distracted sometimes. Oh, an Emperor, Aries energy. So you could have some strong placements of those in your chart. Your person could have those in their chart as well. But either way, coming back to their side, they bring a sense of warmth. They feel warm. They feel good. It's the happiest card in the deck. And you know how they see the relationship. They're viewing it in a lighthearted kind of beginner energy here. And if this is new, great. If this is new, I would say slow your roll a little bit. Slow your roll a little bit. Okay? Because this is like, there can be a newness here, feeling of excitement, infatuation, right? Infatuation. And notice how the Page of Cups is looking this way, looking at their little goldfish in their cup. When the page is looking at the goldfish in their cup, they're having a conversation with themselves about what they, how is this feeling for them? What do they want? Are they even thinking about if this, like what they want to create out of this? Or are they just really just in the moment, This can also be an invitation for some self-reflection on what it is about relationship. What does it bring up for them? On a not a very deep level. It could just be, I just get a sense of infatuation and maybe not so much heavy introspective energy, at least showing up. Okay? And the page has their back to the Emperor. So they're not turning towards the conversation of what are we? All right? What's the structure of that of this? What is this called? What is this about? Like in boundaries, structure moving forward. This is about building things. It's like boss energy, someone who's going to be directing. If this is the energy between you two, and this is an older connection, now you've been doing this for a good while now, excuse me, gosh, then this is an invitation to have that conversation. It's kind of like, it's like, what's going on? Where is this going? So then with them, you're in the moon here in the dark, and they're in their head. And, when somebody is in their head and worrying and all of those things, that can really send this vibration of another person, the person that's closest to them and shares this space with them and therefore feels that energy. It can feel like really heavy, and it's like, what are you hiding? It's almost as if you can feel how much they're in their head, right? And it's kind of like, well, come on out and say it. What's going on? Because with swords, it's communication. But with the Eight of Swords, it's like this person is just really thinking about all the different things that could happen. It's kind of like a choose your own adventure book, but inside your head, right? And it would feel as though, like with the Eight of Swords, is like, yeah, choose your own adventure, but in the end, it doesn't matter because every choice is going to be a disaster. There can be like a lot of catastrophizing in this energy. And what happens is that it takes the person out of the present moment, where it can be harder to access this sun energy here. It can be harder to stay present with the warmth and the joy that they have in their heart for this, and that as they see this as, and as they experience this, because there's being in the head, this is also fear. Okay, fear. Perhaps they can get a sense of your kind of impending serious energy. Let's pin this down. Let's, make it official, whatever the case may be. And that's kind of freaking them out a little bit because they're not ready for that. Okay. So in the finish, what we have is we have the World on their side, the Ace of Pentacles, and then the Seven of Swords. So this to me says that you're holding a lot of energies, all right, but you're not really saying anything about it. You're holding it to yourself. And this is also the card of self-sabotage. So there could be self-sabotage happening on both ends, on both sides right now. Okay? And you see in this card that it's like she's hiding half of her face, and this person is in shadow, and there's an empty space where the heart should be. And it's like a hole in the jacket that's patched up, that's trying to be patched up with red string, but it's not all the way healed, you know. It's even in the shape of a heart, right? And so it's like, I get the sense that you know that this person has been hurt on some level, and given that they're in shadow, it's like they're fully not showing up. It's like they're showing up in shadow, and you're only getting a slice of, you know, of what they have to offer, because with pages, it's a small gestures, okay? So I get the sense that for you, pile number one, you want something fuller, deeper, more connected, more committed. You look ready, you know, in for lack of a better word, to really like come together with somebody and settle down and have a relationship, have a partnership. It's like you have like higher ideals, and I get the sense that you feel like your moral compass is strong, right? Like you've done a lot of work. You could also even be in the midst of doing work right now, learning a lot of new things, you know, in therapy, or from a mentor or a pastor or a teacher, or somebody is in a higher, you've learned a lot, okay? You've learned a lot. Now, I get the sense that you pick up on their, what would you call it, apprehension. You pick up a lot on their apprehension and worry around getting down to brass tacks and having the talk, as it were, right? So therefore you're not saying anything, because it's like maybe you don't want to like push them away or stress them out too much, or blah blah blah, you know, any of those kinds of things. Just trying to be patient, but also while you are being patient, what is coming at a cost here for you is that you are not getting, you know, your needs met fully. You know, it's like you're ready for something deeper, and this person is still in the page energy, page of cups energy, right? And you're over here with the Hierophant, you know, ready for commitment, and they're kind of, you know, still in, you know, early stages, and in their own mind, in their own heart. But I get the sense that they know also. So it's like you're picking up on their energy and they're picking up on yours, right? And the backs, both of these cards have their backs to you. Even this one, there's a little bit of a turning away in this, right? Even if it's beautiful, maybe that's also what they are illuminating, is that they're scared, or they're not ready, or whatever, you know, because these are really big energies to come together with, and they might have not had that emotional growth yet. Okay? And so with you withholding, and then in a sense they are withholding as well. It's like you're withholding what you want, and they're withholding the fact that they don't know what they want. And they could also be withholding their vulnerabilities, because to be in the face of such strong, like, let's do this energy, that can scare them, you know. They could be afraid of commitment here. And everybody's on their own path, on their own timeline, on their own personal healing, but like I was saying before, I feel like there's a mirroring of sorts with regard to both of you could be feeling apprehension. You could be feeling apprehension about bringing this up, and they're feeling apprehension about responding to that because they can, it's almost as if they can feel it coming, you know? And then, or even bringing it up themselves. I don't even know if they would know how to fully address it because they don't, it being in page energy, you don't fully have that emotional maturity yet. So with both of, in response to those energies, the apprehension acting out in different ways, you're kind of holding back and not saying anything. They're holding back and not saying anything. And there's like a gap. And that when we are responding and acting out of our fear or defenses, then that can end up giving us the exact result that we don't want. You know, the exact result that we've had many, many times before that we don't want to go through again. But yet there's like, how do we then do it differently, right? And so what the world would suggest is like a culmination, like a wrapping up and ending. It can also mean leveling up. All right? The world can also mean leveling up. Say for instance, is like this person, you know, it could be wrapping up the fact that they stay in this small, in this more underdeveloped energy. I mean, and that's, I'm talking to the people who they've been dealing with this and you've been with this person for a while. Okay? If this is brand new, then I wouldn't try to pressure this person at all, because if it's brand new, then this person is right where they need to be, you know, in infatuation mode. But with the Eight of Swords here and the Moon, I get a sense that it's been longer than that. But be that as it may, the world could be like a leveling up, a graduation of sorts, you know? And with the Ace of Pentacles in the middle, it's like, okay, is this thing going to wrap up and end? And then both of you are, you know, planting a new seed somewhere else and starting over, probably only to repeat the same kind of cycle. But that's not determined. That's not always, you know, true, because what we can do is we could learn from the experiences and then take that and apply to the next seed that we plant, right? Or this can be, you know, you finally coming out, and I don't get the sense, like, this isn't the card of coming up and speaking out. This is the card of withholding. So, you know, if something were to shift in this dynamic, it could be an opportunity for a brand new start to really plant the seed of longer term ongoing and growing commitment and dedication to the future. Like when you plant a new seed, it grows, but it grows slowly, and you know, but it's something that's stable and something that lasts into the future, or at least moves into the future. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to just clarify a couple of these. Okay. What do I want to clarify first? What is your person in their head about? feel like that dog barks all the time when I'm doing a reading. Okay. What is your person in their head about? There we have the Empress, the Moon, and the Six of Pentacles. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. So a lot of anxiety, and then right beneath that, we have the Lovers, and then the Strength, and then the Devil. Yeah. So I get fear of commitment energy here simply because when we have Six of Pentacles, it's like, look at this. This person is giving their energy to a few different people, you know? And if this person goes into a commitment with you, they're not going to be able to do that in any kind of, you know, romantic way. They could definitely be charitable, but they can't be like giving it up, like their time and energy, you know, in the same capacity. Okay? There's a moon, there's some unconscious energies at play here for your person. Some influences, there could be fears, fear of commitment, fear of really defining what this is, feeling pressure, although moon is not necessarily pressure, but like they could be feeling the pressure and then going into their head. And then thinking a lot about, you know, things, maybe even that they're afraid of, okay? But with the Empress here, the Empress, I feel like they see you this way. You know, there's also something inside of them that could be saying, well, what if I tie myself down here and then I don't get to have this freedom to just be in the flow of my own life and get to create everything that I want. You know, that's also something in the way this Empress energy could be playing out with them. They could have a fear of commitment because of unfinished, unseen issues with their mom. Unconscious influences regarding the mom, regarding the maternal figure in their lives. Right? This would suggest some inner work, some inner child healing to be done. Okay. So I feel like your person is like, you know, really struggling mentally. And I feel like with the moon, there is a very deep fear around addressing whatever issues that they have around mother and mother figures, mothering. You could also be a mom, and they could be afraid of like committing to you because then what will that mean to them? Will too much be required of them? Will they have to be giving to your kids too? You know, is it like, do they not want kids in their life? Whatever. You know, I mean, I'm just kind of going off with how these energies could be read in different ways. So let's look at the moon for you, because there's something that's playing out. Like both of you are playing out unconscious patterns and unconscious dynamics. There's a lot to be learned here, though. I feel like this is a very significant relationship. And very significant in the sense of like what you come away with, whether or not it lasts, you know. And right now I'm not able to see that, because like I said, the ace in the world could be a leveling up, but then with the Seven of Swords here, it feels more like an ending, because it's like as long as things are withheld, then that shit's gonna wrap, you know? And when we don't address the stuff, we just end up repeating the same pattern or the same cycle again. Hence Ace of Pentacles. dog is bugging me. I'm really sorry if you're able to hear that. I mean, I love animals and dogs and all the things, but you know, when you're trying to focus and like, it's like, and then there's that in the background. And I'm an outward processor, so, you know, if you don't like me complaining, oh well, sorry about that. Jesus. Moon, Six of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, the Magician. What is being hidden here? So with the Six of Cups, it's like there's a soulmate energy here, okay? And there is a want to plant a seed and to grow. Did I say Ace of Pentacles or Page of Pentacles? This is Page of Pentacles, okay? So you could be feeling vulnerable and like, you know, whether or not you're planting your seed here, it looks like you want to, and you're wanting to manifest that. But with the Six of Cups here, it could be like a recapitulation of a childhood issue. But ultimately, and the reason that I say that is because there's unconscious energy here with the moon. Whenever the moon and certain cards representing family, like the Empress, the Mother, the Emperor, the Father, and the Six of Cups represents children and childhood, there could be something that you're trying to heal from your childhood here. If you've been with this person for a while and they've stayed in the Page of Cups energy, and here you are in Hierophant energy, the emotions and what you're bringing to the relationship does not match as far as the depth and the level of commitment, okay? So then if you're moving forward and you're like, okay, let's get this thing going, I really, really want to manifest planting this seed with you, that could be an expression of trying to get the unavailable father to be available, right? You know, but if you weren't going to go so deep and psychological, you could say, you know, you could be fearing whether or not you're trying to manifest the right thing with this person, you know, because you feel the soul bond, the soul connection, and the Page of Pentacles is here. But with the Page of Pentacles, you hold this energy, but yet on the inside, you might not feel so sure. You know, like you want to lock this down and everything, but there's Page energy with regard to your future, in regard to your long-term stability and vision and growth for the future, is unconscious. So maybe there's something inside you that knows that your long-term may not involve this person. And that's what's hidden. That's what's hidden by the moon here. You know, because it would appear that you are showing up, that you're like really kind of clear on who you are and like your spirituality and all of those things. Okay, let's see here. And your person has, you know, with the moon, the Eight of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Empress here. And the Six of Pentacles can indicate help, asking for assistance, receiving assistance, or giving assistance. This is also giving and receiving of time, energy, money, resources, okay? But this person could very well feel as though they need to receive something first before they can even make a higher level commitment. Maybe they need to receive help on how to address this 8 and 9 of Swords energy, which is like anxiety and depression and worry and all of that stuff, which is also on an unconscious, I mean, it can feel very conscious, is very present energy, but its reasoning and its purpose and its meaning and how it's, in affecting this person's life, beyond their own individual experience when they're all by themselves, remains to be hidden. Like, this is a suggestion and an invitation to look at that stuff. Look at that stuff. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to close this off with some advice. Okay, well, let me just say this. The card on the surrender, it says surrender your addictions. Whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addictions and replace it with healthier alternatives. Okay? And so based on this reading, I get the sense that you both are playing some things out with regard to your their mom and you, maybe with your dad, or whatever the case may be. Like, there is a playing out here of a dynamic from childhood, going for unavailable people. Maybe you feel like you're addicted to this person. Maybe you're not even just addicted to the person, but you're addicted to the pursuit of making an unavailable person available. Or someone who's kind of detached and shallow, if this is a longer term connection, become more attached. Right? When they got their own kind of, like, they're all up in their head about stuff. Okay? Okay, what is the outcome for these two? I'm going to go ahead and clarify the world here and just kind of get more because I feel like with those, it's like not super clear because the Ace of Pentacles in the middle there. But let's go ahead and get the final. What is the outcome for these two? And then I'll pick some flower cards for you, pile number 1. The Lovers, the 5 of Cups, the 7 of Cups. Okay, so it is like I was saying earlier, I was like, something is needing to be learned here. This is a very significant, deep connection, and we have the moon here twice on both sides of this reading for both people. So that suggests a lot of unconscious dynamics at play. All right, and when it comes to the Lovers, this is such a significant relationship, but it's not always, rainbows and unicorns, I mean, the 2 of Cups is a bit more like that, but the Lovers is so much deeper and so much more significant because it's a reflection. You each mirror to one another what the other one has to work on the deepest level of themselves. The deepest part of themselves, okay? With the Empress here, it could be inner child work, right? But the wrapping up here is like, yeah, like what, and I don't think that it's determined what's going to be happening between you two. The thing is that there could still be a connection here, and it could bring grief and loss, and it can bring up a lot of pain, because there is a reflection of a dynamic that has happened again and again, Wheel of Fortune, and it can be very confusing. So And you may at different times not know how to proceed, not know what to do, not know what to choose, right? The Five of Cups also suggests like unhealed pain from the past. Okay? And so I feel like the universe doesn't know where this connection is going, or what is actually like going to be like the like the stamp of approval, or the stamp of whatever, putting a label on it or anything like that. But ultimately, it's a lot deeper than that. It's very significant to the both of you, because it's about learning about the self, learning about the other person. And that kind of work can happen in the context of this relationship or not. This very well may be somebody that you separate from for a while, where then you have to go do some more work. They definitely have a lot more work to do, for sure. I feel like your person, and that's not a judgment. That doesn't mean that, oh, they're lame. It's nothing like that at all. It's like they just everybody's on a different spot on their journey, when it comes to, and some people never do that work. There are some people who never do that work. Okay? And then there are some who like wait until they're like, they have like one foot in the grave, and they're like, oh, maybe I should finally try to like do some self-reflection on my life, do a real retrospective here. And that's all good too, but what, it's like, do the work now so that you could live the life that you want. Live the life that you are going to be free from Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords energy, and then live a life where you actually come together with another person who's as ready as you are. But yet, what I think you've been working on is kind of recapitulating some old bullshit from the past, that I feel like that somewhere deep down with the moon here that it is just that, right? And that could be the thing that you're needing to learn. That's what's being reflected to you through this connection here. Right? Okay, so that was a heavy reading. Number one, my apologies for having it not be all like, oh, it's gonna be the best thing ever from the jump, and you'll live happily ever after and ride off into the sunset and la-di-da. That's really good. Everybody wants that. But this is life, and this like real life, real relationships can be messy, and often, not just often, but they are really for pretty much everyone. When we get into the lover's energy with another person, that is such a strong opportunity and invitation to do this work. That's what it's there for. That's what it's there for. And it looks like your person is resisting that work. I get the sense that they know they need to do it because they've been thinking about it, but it's scary to confront that. And I think the coffee maker beeping when it going off right then, it's just confirmation for that message. Okay, let's go ahead and pick some flower petal cards for you. Okay, I love these little cards. Okay. Lysianthus. Gratitude and grace always look lovely on you. Okay. Cornflower. Learn from friendships old and new. cherry blossom. Return quietly now and be at peace. So, you know, you have a couple of cards there that are just really suggesting getting in touch with yourself and learning from relationships and friendships, old and new. Okay? All right, that's it. That's what I have for you, pile number 1. I really hope that this helped. Go ahead and leave a comment and let me know how this resonated for you. Be sure to like the video so we're able to circulate the message and help the channel grow. I would appreciate that so much, and I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Thank you for tuning in. And what we had for your group was Surrender Stubbornness and the Labradorite Octopus, okay? And so your message from this card is, if you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with yourself and others. Okay, go ahead and put that there. And at this time, I'd like to invite Spirit in to help pile number 2 with a message for their greatest and highest good at this time with the relationship that they find themselves in, whether it be with a lover, a friend, a family member, or even themselves. Okay? Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Okay. And these didn't show up on the bottom, so it'll be like that. This and this. Okay, bottom of the deck energy, we have the Sun. Happiest card in the deck. Things could also be illuminated at this time. Okay. All right. So pile number 2. And this is your energy, or your person's energy. This is the relationship as it is right now. And here is an outcome. Okay. Now, I'll be reading the energies, and just keep in mind that they can be flip-flopped. Okay. So for you, pile number 2, we have the 3 of Pentacles, the World, the Hanged Man, and the 2 of Swords. All right. For your person, we have Queen of Swords, 3 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and the 8 of Swords. In between you two, we have the 7 of Swords. Okay, in the relationship as it stands right now. In the outcome, Hanged Man, or no. In the outcome, the energy between you is the Knight of Cups. We got a 2 of Swords, Knight of Cups, 8 of Swords in the outcome. All right, so, I feel like you are really wanting to just build something stable with another person. This could be somebody that you work with, or if you're dating, you could be dating multiple people right now. Maybe there's 2 people that you're dating, right? With the World in the current energy on the line of the relationship as it is, I get the sense that you're wanting to wrap it up with this person, wanting to be done, but you haven't said anything about that yet. With the 7 of Swords, you're withholding that information. There could be a part of you that's like, well, I don't know if I really want to wrap this up, or if I want to try to level it up, but maybe you're feeling indecisive on some level, because with the 2 of Swords down here and then the Hanged Man, that's some indecisive energy, but yet surrendering to the connection as it is, not saying anything about it. Okay? These are very withholding, not saying anything, avoiding even. They could be avoiding as well because they have waiting energy on their side. They're trying to they're really wanting to get clear on things and be very circumspect. Okay? And really cut things out of their life that doesn't fit their next phase of life and their journey. I don't know what they're waiting for, but they're definitely wanting to step through the gateway. They're wanting to transition. They're wanting to integrate things that they may have learned along the way here, and then move forward with a new opportunity, seize a new opportunity. This is, wands are also about identity formation. They're about libidinal energy, okay? Wanting something passionate. But they're in their head about that. I get the sense there's part of both of you guys that want to end this and move forward, but it's hard to do so because, they have a lot of thoughts about it. They're in their head about it. You're indecisive because you guys share this Knight of Cups energy. You really feel really good when you're together. But yet there's something that's not being addressed. And the overall energy is the Sun. So this is there are a lot of warm feelings here, but something needs to be brought out into the light. What's hidden here, right? I mean, it looks like your person wants to start anew. And you're kind of well, I'm kind of picking up on that. This is beginning to feel kind of stagnant here with this Hanged Man, 2 of Swords. You're holding this Hanged Man, 2 of Swords energy, right? So let's go ahead and I'll read off some of the signs here. We have Leo. I think Sagittarius might be the World. Hanged Man is Pisces. We have some air signs here. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Heavier on the Aquarius. And then a little bit of Gemini there. Then for the court cards, it could be any sign, any water sign for the Knight of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and then even for the Queen of Swords, any air sign, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get right to the Seven of Swords. What is being avoided? What's not being talked about? What's being sidestepped? I get the sense that you're both withholding from each other because this Three of Wands has their back to it. You might be more in touch with what you're experiencing. Maybe you don't feel like you're really getting much out of this relationship anymore, and you're like, I gotta wrap this up. Gotta put a bow on it. I want to build. I want to cooperate with someone, and I'm not feeling the cooperation. Okay, let's see. Seven of Swords. Okay. So the Seven of Swords is clarified by the Four of Pentacles, the Magician, and the Page of Cups. So you both are holding on to this, okay? You both are really holding on to this, hence the reason behind not saying anything, because if either one of you were to say something, I get the sense that that would bring it all down, bring it to the forefront. And I think that this conversation needs to be about, like, the Seven of Swords. Okay, the clarification on the Seven of Swords is presenting an invitation that says, yes, you guys are really holding tightly onto this, but what is it that you both want? You need to have a conversation about what you both want in a relationship. Page of Cups is very much about being at the very beginning of, it can be very vulnerable as well. It can feel very, there could be feelings of inexperience or feelings of like just starting out, or really kind of reflecting on what it is that you want in a relationship, in an emotional capacity. And I get the sense that you both are holding it down and holding it back because it's scary to do that, But there needs to be a discussion. There needs to be a revelation on both of your parts as to what you both want. What is it that you both want to manifest? Do you want to manifest something together? Or do you want to manifest something new? I get the sense that you both have different, I get the feeling that you both have different things, and that's why you're holding it back because, one of you or both of you doesn't want to hurt the other one. And, with the Hangman and the Two of Swords, it's kind of like just surrendering and waiting for this person to be the one to break the tension here. What do we have on the bottom of the deck? Six of Swords, and then Four of Swords, and then Ten of Cups, and then Judgment. It's like, where are you guys gonna, you guys having to surrender and step away from this. And I like how we got the surrender card in the pile that you chose had the surrender stubbornness. Surrender stubbornness. Because this is some stubborn energy. When we avoid and we withhold and we are just kind of holding it all to ourselves, there's a stubbornness about that. And an inability, no, I don't want to say inability, an unwillingness to be vulnerable. And so the invitation is to gently observe the situation and become more yielding. Listen to what the other person has to say. Really take in their point of view and be like, yeah, that belongs to you. And when that belongs to you, that's true for you. This is what belongs to me. This is what's true for me. And we put them both together. Does it match? Does it match? I think you can both agree on that you feel really good with one another and that you get a lot of lovely tingly feelings and all of that. It's very sweet. It can be very romantic. It can be very passionate. But there's just, I think you both need to just get on the same page, because the thing is there is a reason that you guys are both holding this back. It's like if we bring it up, it's probably going to make it end. And so it's like, well, I don't want the Sun and the Knight of Cups energy to end. Right? But it's kind of like, there's too much waiting energy here, right? There's all this water and there's looking out, but yet this person is a mountain. They're not moving. They're not moving. And they're holding their ship in their hand. They're not putting it down in the water and letting it flow and letting it sail, And even the tentacles are wrapping around these buildings and staying put. So there is staying put energy here. There is staying put energy here. There is indecision energy here. There is wrapped up in one's head here. There's holding things down and holding things back here. So it's like, if there wasn't something that you guys both wanted out of this, you'd both be like, peace, nice meeting you, but there's something else at play. Okay, let's go ahead and do the Eight of Swords. I think the Eight of Swords was in the same... Nay, it wasn't in the same exact position of pile number 1, but... Okay. Eight of Swords. What is your person in their head about? I'll do their Eight of Swords and then I'll do your Two of Swords. Because, the shared energy of the Knight of Cups between you two and the outcome... It's kind of a weak outcome, though. Really? Ooh. The outcome is that someone's going to be indecisive and someone's still going to be in their head. Great. That's great. Okay, let's see. Judgment, Page of Pentacles, Knight of Swords. I think this person is in their head about how they are going to communicate with you. They want to make it, they do realize that this decision, and then we have Page of Wands. They could be hearing the call to start anew, but yet that can be confusing for them, right? Because they may not know what they want. Like this speaks of like having way too many options and being like, what do I do? So it's kind of like analysis paralysis, right? You could just be stuck there not knowing what to choose. But ultimately, your person having the judgment card is like they know that this decision is going to be life changing for them. You know, they're at a crossroads here. Where do they want to plant their seed? Page of Pentacles. What do they want to plant for their long-term growth? And page energy would suggest, you know, it's like beginner energy, right? It's beginner energy. And this person could struggle with a level of under kind of like semi-immature type energy, because with the Knight of Swords, that's very fast moving, but it can also be pretty impulsive. And like pages represent children, okay? And, you know, children have very low impulse control. And so this person is in their head about how to communicate with you. And I feel like, yeah, maybe they're trying their very, very best to, you know, decide and on how to take that approach, right? Because there's a part of them that can just really, you know, kind of say the thing that's on their mind and just say it, and then it's like, does that work, you know, for them or for the other person or for the situation at hand? Like, could they end up saying something harsh, you know? You have Two of Swords on your side. Emperor, Ten of Cups, Death. Yep. You are in stalemate energy about whether or not to just totally cut this off and be boundaried and like set the structure for your own life. Because I feel like, yeah, this Ten of Cups is like an ideal, right? And given these energies, how you both are kind of feeling this coming to a close here, that you're going back and forth about whether or not you're the one to do this or just simply wait for the other person, for your person to do it. Because I feel like there's a shared energy of, yeah, this has run its course, but, you know, we just care a lot about one another with this Knight of Cups. But, you know, for the longer, like for the future, I feel like this energy for you and the Two of Swords, that you've been having some indecision, and that's why you've been holding back as well, about really having the conversation about what it is you want to manifest. Because I feel like, you know, that once you have that conversation, you're going to have to be very open and honest with yourself and about what your boundaries are. Okay? And, you know, that means the end of this connection. But with that being said, once you do that, that frees you up to go get your Ten of Cups, right? It clears the path and opens the portal for that, you know, love of a lifetime to come in. For you to build that community, whatever the Ten of Cups looks like for you, right? So this is an invitation to set some boundaries and some structure. That's what you're waffling on in the finish here, because you guys still share this Knight of Cups energy, you know. Maybe this is kind of like a friends with benefits type thing. I don't know. What is your person like? I'm really curious as the Ace of Wands. And the Queen of Swords up here, it's like they're looking out to the future, right? What else is out there? What else is out there? There's something else. You know, I still haven't found what I'm looking for kind of energy. This gives me vibes of like someone who's kind of like has more of an avoidant attachment style and can actually, you know, have this lingering feeling no matter who they're with that something else better is out there. You know, and I'm not laughing at it, I'm just kind of like, I guess I'm laughing at the concept that there is absolutely, you know, a perfect person. Like everybody farts, okay? Like everybody poops. Okay. There's a book called that, and it's a little potty training book. Anyways, I digress. What does this person want with this Ace of Wands here? Hangman, King of Cups, the Star. Yeah, and then there's Five of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So this would suggest, you know, fighting with themselves or other people about, you know, how to go about doing a thing. I'm getting the sense is this more an internal experience, seeing as we have the Eight of Swords here. This is about which action to take, what's the best way, because there's more than one way. Knight of Cups under that. So I think that with the Ace of Wands, because your person got Hanged Man energy as well. They're hanging back so this is the thing. I get the sense that they feel a lot of love with you, right? And you very well could be their wish fulfillment here. And I don't know what they're waiting on, right? I don't know what they're waiting on. Or like there's with the Hanged Man though, this isn't just waiting energy. It's a very, very powerful card, okay? There's a suspension. There is a time of surrendering. And sometimes in that surrender, we don't do anything, but yet that frees us up to receive like the cosmic download, you know, the spiritual awareness. The Hangman is a very, very spiritual card. It's like, you know, Siddhartha under the Bodhi tree before he became the Buddha. So it's like, I feel like, you know, with the Ace of Wands can always really, represent the boner or whatever, okay. But this is also identity formation, libidinal energy. What's next? Brand new. So I feel like your person, it's like they want something, and it's like they want their wish fulfillment, but I also feel like they're kind of like with the King of Cups here. That's emotional maturity. That's emotional maturity and love. Like, and not just like infatuation love, but like real love. Like, I love you no matter what kind of role you play in my life. Right? Yeah. I mean, they could very well be like hanging back because it's like, does a spiritual awakening need to happen for this person to step into these energies? Maybe they're really kind of just contemplating on whether or not they need to go find a new in order to have this. Have they already found it? Have they found their wish fulfillment? You know, whatever this connection is, it's giving this person pause for sure. It's giving this person pause. Because, I mean, if this person was like, oh yeah, this ain't it, they'd be out, right? But there's something that's making them pause. And I feel like they're still trying to figure it out. But they do have a lot of love and they do have a lot of wish, like for the future. You know, this very well could be that, because the star is also a card of healing, okay? This is Aquarius energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer energy, Pisces energy, Pisces energy, more water. But yeah, so this is healing also, okay? Calm after the storm. There could be a surrendering to knowing that, you know, just surrendering, waiting for the, like, kind of the spiritual awakening to happen, for there to be healing, for an emotional maturity kind of level up moment. Maybe it's a wish that, yeah, their new desire and passion is to move forward and to find what it is that's going to help them emotionally mature and to heal. And like with this, it's like they're looking for that. But like, is that out there or is it inside themselves? To have emotional maturity and to really get in touch with your own healing, that is a part of the process of the hangman energy. Really just surrendering and allowing those feelings to happen, for all of the pain to be there and to work through it, to not avoid it. You have no other choice than to surrender to it and to really feel it and experience it. This is painful. Hanged man energy is painful. You're being hung from a tree, dude. You know? It's like, ugh. So I think that they want to, you know, get their wish fulfillment, and, you know, maybe they do hold this King of Cups energy. But with the Hanged Man there, I feel like there's a process that they're not fully there yet, but there's like this process that they're going through in order to, because, you know, identity formation. They could be going through a whole new identity formation. Okay. Yeah. Let's look at your Hanged Man here. Feel free to fast forward through the shuffling, okay? I don't shuffle for a really long time in order to like annoy anybody. I gotta feel that it's right to stop shuffling. Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups, 3 of Wands. You guys share a lot of energy. I feel like you guys are mirroring each other for sure. I just feel that you're a little bit more kind of knowing what it is that you want, where this person is still trying to figure it out, what they want. So for your Hanged Man energy, you got Queen of Swords, Ace of Cups, 3 of Wands. You have not, you're not moving forward on making this decision on something that you're very clear about. Like, Queen of Swords is very clear. So your person could also be feeling really clear as well. They could be feeling really clear that what it is that they want is somewhere out there. They could be waiting for it to come in so that they could finally seize it with the Ace of Wands. And that's why they're hanging back, because it hasn't shown up yet. But they're in their head about how to communicate that to you. And you feel all of that. And you're like, what am I doing here? Just sitting here waiting. I know I want my Ace of Cups. I know I also want my new thing to show up, or my, that this isn't working. That there isn't any structure or boundaries or, definitive around this. But yet there's this Knight of Cups that we keep sharing. We keep sharing this cup here. Having fun, romantically. Because you want your 10 of Cups. But I get the sense that you know that the 10 of Cups isn't with this person, because you can feel their apprehension about you. Thinking that they haven't found it with you, despite the sun being here. Yeah, I think that you're being invited. I think you already know that you need to let this go so that something else can come in. See? You need to let this go because something else is coming in. The Ace of Cups. You want love. You want a new emotional experience. This person wants a new passion. A new inspiration. So yeah, I mean, ultimately, and you're clear about this. You're both mirroring each other. You both want the new. This person wants new excitement. You want new love, new connection, new depth. This person also wants healing and they want to mature. They may already, they want healing and they want to mature. And I get the sense that they don't know if it's really here or if it hasn't happened yet. If you have not made this healing and emotional maturity happen for them, then they got to go find the thing that will happen. But the spiritual lesson here is that it's inside of this person. The healing and the emotional maturity lives inside this person. They have to see that. It's not outside of themselves. It's not off in the distance, looking through a telescope here. Right? So you're just kind of like, okay. So, you know, pile number 2, it looks to me like you guys need to have a conversation here because you're both avoiding your own personal truths about this connection and what you both want. You need to get on the same page about what it is that you both want for the future for yourselves and to really come together and to see if those things match, because what we have here is a holding on energy. You're avoiding this because that might mean that you'll have to let go of each other, and you don't want to, because you share the Knight of Cups and you share the Sun. It's beautiful, right? And so that's what's needed here. Surrender stubbornness, open up, be vulnerable. It might require that you guys will be moving on from one another, but then that's what it means, right? That's what that means. Violet, the answers and truth are always within. What did I just say? It's inside of your person. It's inside of you. It's not outside of you. It's not somewhere else. Aster, the past is over. Let your true self step forward. Be honest with one another about what you both want. Snapdragon, listen with care. Speak with kindness. Boom! That's exactly what that is. Listen with care and speak with kindness. Surrender stubbornness. Get clear with one another. It's okay. You both have the answers inside of yourselves. Bring them out into the light. See if it matches. I mean, the way this is looking, it doesn't quite match, you know, just given the level of you know what you want, they're still kind of searching for that. But this is the time for you to step forward and present your boundaries and your standards and your expectations for how you wish to be treated in a loving relationship, what you wish to experience in a loving relationship. I mean, if this isn't it, it's time to be done. Right? Okay. All right, pile number 2, that is what I have for you. I really hope that this reading helped. Please leave a comment letting me know how it resonated with you. Please like the video so that we can help this channel grow and circulate the message, okay? Because even if it didn't resonate with you as much as you would have liked, whatever the case may be, it could really, you know, hit home for another person. So, take what resonates, leave what does not, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye. there, pile 3. So we have your surrender, the idea that you can fix someone, along with the Labradorite turtle. So this is the pile that you picked, and we will get on with your reading. But what this says is that it's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. Okay? Little turtle. All right. And turtles signify boundaries. Okay? Turtles signify boundaries and protection. Okay. Spirit, I respectfully and graciously invite you in and request a message for pile number 3 for their greatest and highest good at this time. What is it that they need to know for the connection that they are currently in? Thank you. Please and thank you. Okay. Bottom of the deck energy, we have the 3 of Swords. So some heartbreak, pain, anguish, loss, sadness. Okay, so pile number 3, this is what you're bringing to the relationship. This is what they're bringing to the relationship, okay? This is essentially what they're bringing. This is how they see it and how they're experiencing it at this time, and this is kind of part of the process leading to the outcome here, okay? Now, this is the energy shared between you two presently, and then this is a part of the outcome energy shared between you two, all right? So it looks to me, oh, and keep in mind that these energies can be flip-flopped, okay? So as I go through the reading, you could find that even though it's typically like this is supposed to be you and them, it can be reversed, all right? Just take it all as it resonates. So pile number 3, we have the Moon, the 3 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the 2 of Cups. Okay. For your person, 10 of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. And the energy shared between you two is 3 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles. Very interesting. In the outcome, 2 of Cups, 4 of Swords, 2 of Pentacles. Oh, my golly. Okay, so straight away, I mean, what this is saying to me, it looks like, okay, with the Moon here, pile number 3, I get the sense that you feel as though there are some things that are hidden from you. You experience this relationship as a very, this person is in your inner circle, they're a friend of yours. But you're wanting to take this friendship and turn it into a love relationship, okay? And you may have been trying for some time, given the Nine of Wands here, is like trying something, doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, okay? And it's also at this point, I mean, it's battle weary energy, and despite the battle here, that it's like it's still a goal. There could be some guardedness. You could be beginning to feel a bit guarded. There could be things that you are withholding from this person, keeping hidden. They could be hidden from yourself. This can also be a dynamic of something, some deeper unconscious process or wound that you need to heal. Okay? For your person, we get the Ten of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, Two of Pentacles. So, they're continuing to try too. I mean, this is Ten of Wands energy, right? And they're really wanting to, it's like they want to hold on to this connection, but they're also holding back from this connection. Hence the feeling out in the cold with one another. They want a new passionate beginning, but they don't know what to choose. They may be juggling a lot of things right now. With the Pentacles, it could be like maybe they just feel a bit overwhelmed with their tangible life. Things having to do with their resources, their money, their time, their energy. Okay? But it's like they continue to like, I feel like they show up, but yet there's something about them, like with this holding back energy, holding on and holding back. They could even be experiencing some financial troubles right now, because they're wanting to really like take stock of what they have and, not let any of that go, time and energy. So while they are still showing up, they could, with this holding back energy, you feel then even kind of amplifies this moon for you. I think the moon has come out in every reading. In every pile, the moon has come out. Right? And whenever the moon shows up in a reading, it would suggest it's an invitation to go deeper. To go deeper and to really look into yourself about, what's going on. It's very much related to the High Priestess. I think your intuition is also trying to speak to you, pile number 3. It could be trying to speak to the both of you. We'll see what comes out, in clarifying anything. The Ace of Wands was in the same position in pile number 2. And there is a general feeling of being out in the cold. Like there could be feelings of poverty here. 5 of Pentacles with the 4 of Pentacles, wanting to hold on to what you got so that you don't feel impoverished. But there can be a shared feeling of like not having enough. This could be like not having enough resources to fully step into this relationship, but I don't know. We'll have to see. But this person could be more worried about money. They have more pentacles on their side. And like you're feeling impoverished because it's like you got the friendship, but you want the Two of Cups. And, with this as in the outcome position, what we have is Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles, and then the Four of Swords. So taking a break from one another. You guys, either one or both of you could be like sleeping on this connection, like not, just kind of like taking care of yourselves respectively, individually here. And with the Three of Swords as the overall energy, it's like there's a feeling of sadness and heartbreak here. With surrender, the idea that you can fix someone. Perhaps you, pile number 3, have been in that energy of wanting to get this person to open up more, be more available, be more in it. Don't hold themselves back so much, right? Let's grow from the friendship to the 2, but we don't know what they're up against because there's something here that's quite heavy and burdensome for them. And perhaps you see that, and that's you're continuing to try to fix them, quote unquote, or make them ready, or make them open up, or make them be more, invest more into this relationship, or to make it level up and grow. And it's like not happening, and why? Because that's their work to do. That's what this surrender, the idea that you can fix someone, and stop putting yourself through this where you're just collecting scars, you're collecting wounds here. Those are stitches on her shirt, right? Battle weary. Okay. Let's look into the Ten of Wands for your person. Or actually, let's look into the moon for you. What is it that the moon is hiding? What's this moon energy about? Is it something that you need to see and look into yourself? Is it something, it is something being hidden from you. Could also even reveal some fears that you have. Six of Wands, Knight of Cups, the Chariot. It could also be something that you're hiding. So the moon energy is clarified by the Six of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Chariot. That to me says moving forward, putting yourself out there, and getting the appreciation and recognition that you feel you deserve. Perhaps what's being hidden, either you or your person is hiding the fact that they've been putting themselves back out there, that they're trying to move forward from this connection. What's this? What's this? The Temperance, the Three of Cups, the Four of Wands. Do they want to level this up too? Do they want to take it from being friends to having stability with you? And they're being patient on that? Maybe trying to figure out ways in which to approach it. I mean, this is also 1 foot in, 1 foot out energy as well. Maybe they're really working on something, figuring out how to alchemize that, how to make it, make it happen, how to, reform and reforge the sword in order to, shape it, make it anew. Given that this is connected to Mercury energy here, that could be regarding communication. How to communicate that with you. There's something deeply, there's something shifting with this person, and it's hard. It's heavy, it's burdensome. But I feel like they're working on it given the Temperance, but that's the other thing. Temperance is a process, and can be a very painful process, because what's happening is that you're being plunged into the fire, then taken out and pounded on. Think of something being tempered, right? Something's being made, something's having to go through the process of being made stronger, so that they can withstand the purpose, or withstand the new function, basically. Think of a sword. If a sword is completely corroded and out of shape, it needs to be reforged, needs to be tempered. A piece of steel needs to be created. If we're working with glass, it needs to be tempered so it can withstand the heat, withstand the changes that it goes through, going from hot to cold, excuse me, things like that. So I feel like your person is 1 foot in, 1 foot out, is enjoying this friendship and wants stability with you, it would appear. But there's something burdensome about that. Perhaps it's the changing, the temperance that is the invitation. That in order to do that they know that they would have to change, and maybe they don't want to. They don't, you know what I mean? Hence this 1 foot in, 1 foot out, kind of being patient, but still feeling burdened by something. Maybe they're even feeling burdened because, they can see that you want to take this relationship from the 3 of Cups to the 2 of Cups, and hence the 4 of Wands, and they're not ready for that yet. And they still might, hence 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's maybe they don't want to fully leave it behind or leave you behind, because what if you're that person for them, for the 2 of Cups, 4 of Wands relationship, right? But yet I don't know if they fully know. It's so they're kind of keeping 1 foot in, and perhaps keeping 1 foot in is hard for them, because it's they know that is what you want, and they're not ready. They could also say, well, I want something similar, but just not right now. I want the same thing, but just not right now. Okay? So what are they holding back? Or holding on to, pinning down? Oops. Okay. They're holding back communication. All right. And that is a part of what they have to contend with, that has been something that has held them back in their life. Is holding back communication, is something that keeps them safe, but yet something that is actually working against them with the devil energy here. The justice is being able to communicate in like a fair and balanced way, really getting down to the bare bones of the situation. What is the final ruling on this? So I get the sense that they're feeling that pressure, and that's the burden, because I get the sense that they know that the longer they wait, and the longer, maybe not wait, but the more time that they take is like, yeah, maybe they could have all the patience in the world and be able to tread water in the space of having 1 foot in, 1 foot out, but they know that you've been trying and trying, and you want this 2 of Cups, and, in their reticence, they could lose you. And they don't want to lose you with the 4 of Pentacles here. But they know that in order to not lose you, that they need to communicate. They could also feel that like maybe there's an aspect of their personality that they're not proud of. Maybe they end up bringing an out of balance aspect of themselves to a relationship, and they don't want to burden you with that. Maybe you're just looking at this person through rose-colored glasses, and they're like, well, honey, you have no idea. I'm kind of a shit, I can be really unfair sometimes, and very, and maybe I don't know, like maybe this person doesn't see themselves in a very high regard. Maybe they see themselves as somebody who would end up, I don't know, that has too many problems, or maybe they are struggling with some sort of addiction or some sort of problem that you have no idea about because they've held it down, they've held it back, right? They haven't communicated to you what they're struggling with. And it would be fair to do so. But that's what they're holding back. That's what they're holding on to and holding down. Like they have not communicated their shit, what they're struggling with, whether it be an addiction to a substance or a person or sex or, even you for that matter, or even being addicted to like getting their own way. This can also be like codependent energy, controlling energy as well. Wanting to be the one in charge who sets the rules and sets, kind of the thing. It's like we have the devil next to the justice, which is like, I don't know. It's like not... It's like maybe this wouldn't go in it's like in your favor. Maybe they just want to have things their way a lot of the time. And that's a secondary gain. That is a secondary gain regarding this strategy of holding on and holding back and not communicating. When somebody doesn't communicate, they are the ones in control. It's a control strategy, okay? And that's not fair. And they know that this is not fair. But with the devil energy here, they can't help but operate in that way until they face their own demons and work on this aspect to clean that up. And maybe that's what this temperance is about. That needs to be, pounded away so that they can be a stable partner for you. What do they want to do? Because with the Ace of Wands, that's taking a new action. What do they want to do? They want to heal. They want to heal. They want to get acquainted with themselves a whole heck of a lot more than they have been. And they also want to amass their wealth. They don't feel like they are in a stable place. They are not in a stable enough place emotionally or financially to really give themselves over to this connection. That is why they're holding back. They also know that they got some bullshit that they need to clean up because they don't want to burden you with that toxic crap, okay? That's what this is about, because the Hermit is here, the King of Pentacles is here, and the Sun would suggest that they know they want this happiness and they want to be more financially stable, and they also want to know themselves more. Okay? They want this happiness. But this in and out energy, this foot in, foot out is like, I think it's burden for them because they know, yeah, I've gone over that already. Yeah, I think that they can feel that you are like losing patience, and you're kind of like, well, if you're not going to step up, man, and I don't even know what's going on with you over here, you're holding stuff, you're holding stuff back. I get the sense that you over here do not know in all of what is going on with this person, with your person. But you do know that you've been trying to level this thing up, and it has not been doing that. Your person has not been doing that with you. You got the friendship, yeah, for sure. But, it leaves something to be desired with the Five of Pentacles here. So you're kind of on the precipice of being like, well, hey, man, like, I really want this. Like, I want to connect. I'm going to have to put myself back out there and find it somewhere else if you're not going to step up here. Because I'm sick of doing this. This has been hurting me. This is painful. This sucks. Yeah, your energy seems a whole heck of a lot clearer. Like, I don't feel the need to clarify a lot of your cards because it seems very straightforward. And until this work is done, your person's going to be in the Two of Pentacles. That's just kind of going back and forth. Juggling everything. And when we feel like we have to juggle everything, that means that we have too much on our plate and that there's something that needs to go. And the thing that needs to go is this devil energy, whatever it is, right? Whatever kind of toxic shit that's been kind of infecting this, and kind of holding your person back. And the thing is that it might not, it's probably not that simple at all. I mean, honestly, it could be a process, a really long process for your person, right? Okay. So the Four of Swords is clarified by the Six of Cups, the Knight of Wands, and the High Priestess. So in the finish, there's an invitation for both people, one or both people, to really go behind the veil, to go within, to plumb the depths. Whenever we have the High Priestess show up, the guide has arrived, okay? For you to do work around your past, could be sibling, family relationships, okay? Also, this is a soul connection here, right? This is a soul connection, but it does, it can take many forms. You could be friends, you could be lovers, you could then be partners. Maybe you were partners before and you've done this several times, like who knows, right? But like there is also passion here. It's like there is a desire and a want to bring what is inside of yourself and externalize it outside of yourself. And that's interesting that the Knight of Wands would be clarifying the Four of Swords, because Four of Swords is really going inward, it's healing. I think that a part of this invitation is to go inward, to, consult with the High Priestess, to, accompany the High Priestess on your own, like, personal journey, your insight, right? Like, really asking yourself what it is that you want, what it is that you want to go after. Are there things in your life that you go after and then you lose interest? Is there something that it's like you really want to dedicate yourself to something, but it just ends up falling flat? Not falling flat, but like it's kind of like the flame burns out fast, whatever it is, whatever desire, new inspiration is like there, and then it's not. Why is that? Does that have something to do with your past? Family. This can also represent children. With your Two of Cups here and your process, you seem quite clear on how you want to take this to the next level. You want to take it from friends to lovers to partners. This person looks as though they do as well, but there's a lot more that they have to contend with within themselves. So this could very well be speaking a little bit more to their process, because in the finish, they're still in this juggling energy, right? So this is an invitation for them to do their work. Because I feel like the Knight of Wands has really been in the driver's seat of this person's life for quite some time. Insight needs to be gained or needs to be had in this situation. And insight can be, there maybe some insight can be gleaned from, early relationships. Because what is it that you ultimately want? I want to look here, your Two of Cups. Empress. The Lovers, I knew it was going to come out, and the Queen of Cups. Boom! Oh my gosh. Ooh! I'm stretching. Okay. Pile number 3. Pile number 3. You want a love very deep, very, very deep and nurturing and healing and loving and like so much beautiful stuff. You got the Queen of Cups, the Lovers, and the Empress. You want a relationship that is going to, where you can, nurture and grow and bring about, beautiful things. You're also not wanting to shy away from the challenges that are a part of your connection that you find yourself in, you have a lot of love to bring here. The Empress is also the mother card, so it's like you could be a mom, you could have kids. Maybe that's part of the reticence in your person's stuff, all in the soup there, but, this is what you want for your Two of Cups. I mean, it doesn't get any more nurturing and loving than this. And not just nurturing and loving where it's just, all high vibe all the time. No. You have the ability to meet your counterpart where they're at. And what you want is someone who has that stability as well, where you can fully show up, warts and all, and they can too. And then when there's clash, then you take that energy, you let it illuminate so that you both can grow from experiences and even reflect on, I knew that already, but wow, here's a very strong reminder, right? Stuff like that. Wow. That's a very beautiful and healthy want. I will say that. I get the sense that you see that, I really get the sense that you believe that your person has this capacity. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been doing this. You wouldn't have even been in here. But what have we learned? What was the first card that you picked? Surrender the idea that you can fix someone. This person has work to do, and that's okay. Everybody has work to do. Maybe you've already done a lot of your work, right? Because people were not just like born all freaking, having their shit worked out, right? So, it's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. Maybe letting this person go so that they can do that, find themselves and get stable, right? Because right now what they're saying, what they're telling you without telling you with words, but telling you with actions in like a semi-tenuous, not fully stepping into the Four of Wands with you, what they're saying is like with those actions is that they're not ready. And that's what's fair, because if they were to come in with it right now, they might just piss in the pool, or that's at least a fear that they have, right? That's a fear that they have. So I feel like your person really wants to grow and they want to change, or they want to grow, and then they very well may want to change with the Empress, or the Temperance rather. Being able, it's like there needs to be some shifting, some tempering here to move from the Three of Cups to the Four of Wands. And they want, the Sun, I feel like the Sun has come out in every reading too. The Sun and the Moon have come out in every pile in this recording today. And that's exactly where we're at celestially right now. There is a shifting, there are a lot of relationships across the board are like shifting and changing. There are some people that are chipping away, that all is not going to be a part of their future. Things are changing and shifting on a very like fundamental level for a lot of relationships right now, and hence for a lot of individuals, because it's like you got to change yourself before you can like really kind of bring what it is that you have got to bring to a union. You got to know yourself, and and you also got to have stability in your life too. But I feel like with the devil here, like sometimes the devil can over exaggerate our own flaws to ourselves to make us believe that we're not worthy of this of this, right? When I feel like your person probably really is. They just there's something that they need to address in themselves. I feel like having held this down and held this back and addressing this with themselves and working it out in the hermit energy here has definitely kept them safe, right? Because that's another thing with the Four of Pentacles is like I can't let any of this go. I gotta hold all this down and hold this back because this may be like what I believe is all I have. So I don't know what's going on for your person. I don't know what it is, but I feel like that's the dynamic at play. And the longer that they do that, the more this Five of Pentacles feeling is shared. Being in the cold, feeling a little impoverished. So yeah, I mean, in the finish, I believe that your person sees what it is that you want. I feel like with the Queen of Cups here, that you've probably been like very, like you probably show a lot of your love. Same with the Knight of Cups. Like I get the sense that this is a water sign because we started off with the moon, which is Pisces energy. High Priestess is also connected to Pisces. So yeah, so ultimately I feel like your person sees this in you, that this is what you want, but yet they're not ready to give that to you because they still have things that they need to give to themselves and things that they really need to be honesty. They need to be honest with themselves about what it is that they've been struggling with. And, even after all that's done, are you going to be the person? Who knows, right? But it's like, yeah, it's like they see happiness with you, but I feel like they may not see happiness with themselves, and they don't want to like piss in your pool, basically. So they really do want, like, this is the identity formation, the next action, the opportunity, which is to get in touch with their own inner guru and their stability to create their sense of sun, their sense of self, and then to be able to bring that forward, whether it be with you or with somebody else somewhere down the road, because I get the sense that they get the sense that you are here, that you're about ready to bounce because you're feeling a bit battle weary around this. And with the Three of Swords here, if it does come to pass and you do have to let each other go for a little while, I don't know, for forever, I have no idea, that would be painful. That would be really sad. That would really suck. Okay, that is what I have for you for the tarot portion. Okay, pile number 3. And I'm going to give you some flower cards to close it off. Every time I start shuffling, that dog starts barking. And he barks in the same rhythm that I shuffle. Or maybe I'm shuffling in the same rhythm that he's barking. Okay, that could definitely be it. I'm like all integrating that pattern, but I always kind of shuffle in this rhythmic way. Okay, that's enough. Lotus, stand still for now and listen to your life. Stand still for now and listen to your life. Peony, prosperity can be assured if you care well for tomorrow. Snowdrop, tomorrow brings the illumination of your hopes. That's what I feel. I feel like this is really your hope here, you know? And this very well may be a shared hope, but you're more in a place to receive it. And this person is not, and that's okay. Okay? All right, well, pile number 3, thank you so much. I hope that this reading helped. And be sure to comment and let me know how it resonated. Take what resonates, leave what does not for somebody else, and be sure to hit the like button so that we can help this channel grow and circulate these messages so that someone else may find this message or any of the other messages that are in the other piles, okay? But I thank you so much for joining me. I so appreciate your viewership, and I will see you next time, okay? Bye.